Hello, everyone. How are you? Welcome to our LinkedIn Live. So apologies for a slight delay. There were some technical issues, but I think we're back on now. So today, I'm very happy to see you here. And I wanted to show you really how your Flock works. So over the next 10 minutes, I wanted to show you how our feedback platform that's personalized to your motivations can help you raise your employee retention, employee engagement, especially when you work in a hybrid environment. So if you do have any questions in the meantime, feel free to ask away in the comments. My co-founder Dan is there and he'll answer all the questions that you have. So let me start with a quick presentation first, and then let's deep dive into our product. So as promised, I won't take too much of your time. It's only going to take around 10 minutes. And if you do want to find out a bit more about what we do, feel free to reach out and I would love to have a chat. Okay, so why am I talking about feedback? Well, I think ever since the pandemic, everyone is working either in a remote environment or hybrid environment. And what it means is that a lot of people are now working in isolation. And when people work in isolation, there's different challenges that come with employee well-being. You as a leader may miss opportunities for support, for growth. And that's why you need that continuous feedback to really know how people feel, so you can act on the feedback quickly and make sure that everyone is at their best within your team. Unfortunately, when you look at the current employee feedback survey landscape, you find that the majority of feedback surveys are very generic. They're not very personalized. And what it means is that you as the team leader often get very generic output. And we're all very busy, especially when you're a leader, you often struggle with time. And you often struggle with finding time to create impactful action plans on the back of that feedback because it's so generic. And that can have a negative impact on your employee motivation, employee engagement, and retention. And that's why we've created Your Flock, which is a personalized feedback platform. And what it means is that we only ask questions that matter the most. First, we find out what employees are the most motivated by, and then we tailor the experience to each individual based on their motivations. So then you as a manager, when you get your action plan on the back of the feedback, it's all very personalized to each individual, and you can take quick action to make sure that everyone is being played to their strengths within your team, no matter if they work in the office or at home. And so far, we're very excited to share that actually all companies that work with us for 6 months or longer either improve or maintain their employee retention. And here's a great example. So if you don't know how Couch Health, definitely recommend checking them out. I think next event we do, we will sort of deep dive into their case study. But we actually managed to save them £95,000 only in 6 months, purely by minimizing employee churn. So that's some great results, and definitely check out Couch Health as well. So if you are interested, you would like to find out more, we actually do a 2-week free trial. So you can actually sign up your team, see how it works, see how easy it is for you to use and how impactful it can become. Okay, so enough about the presentation. Let me show you how the product actually works. So what I wanted to show you first is the perspective of employees on how you actually provide feedback. And then I'll show you the most exciting bit, which is the outputs. What sort of outputs do managers get? Okay, so let me show you first employee perspective. So this is employee profile. In this example, this is my profile. And I'm not going to show you all the features of the platform, but I will show you the highlights. So at the top in here, for example, you can see that the thing that motivates me the most is customer focus. The reason why we can find it out is thanks to science. We actually have this very quick assessment that was derived from the University of Manchester, Stanford University, that helps you accurately define your motivations at work. And because we know it, we can then tailor your entire experience to your motivations. So now let me show you how the feedback looks like. So you can click in here. We collect that feedback on a regular basis, and it's only a 1-minute feedback, so it doesn't take much of your time at all. So it's only 6 questions. The first question usually is around, whether your company cares about your well-being, whether you are proud of working in the company, and then you rate it from 1 to 10. Then the second question is tailored to your team. So we know that our team collectively is the most driven by customer focus. So it asks whether my team puts client needs first when working. And again, I, as an employee, can rate it. And then if I rate it low, then that's useful information for my manager that there needs to be more to be done around customer focus within my team to make sure that we are being played to our own strengths. Then the next question is to rate your manager. The following question is for you to provide comment. So that's usually a question asking to provide praise or recognition for anything good that happened within the team. And again, that will be fed into the report. Then the following question is actually tailored to you individually. So the thing that motivates me the most is also, customer focus. So it asks whether I know how my work provides value to our end users or clients. And again, if I rate it low, then that's a flag for my manager to make sure that they do let me know how my work links with clients, because if I know that, I'll feel more motivated, I'll feel happier at work. And then the last question is a very generic one. Do you need a one-to-one with your manager? Sometimes you just need a chat with your manager. You just need the support around the project. If you say yes, we will let your manager know that this is the case. And that's it. That's the feedback report. 6 questions, 1 minute of your time. And now let me show you the most important bit, which is the outputs that we show. So if I go into this tab, this is the team profile. So this is what your team leader would see. And again, I won't show you all the features of the platform. I'll show you the most important ones. So at the top end here, you can see your most important scores, which is your monthly response rates to your feedback survey. You can see how engaged your team is, and I'll show you the breakdown of it in a second. And a very useful bit of information is this bit in here, which is the collective value that motivates everyone the most. In our case, it's customer focus. So this is especially useful if you're a new manager to your team, if you work remotely, or if your team is growing and you don't really have a definite idea about your team dynamics. We can help you define that team dynamics. And one of the first things that we do is we identify the thing that motivates everyone the most. Because we know, for example, that it's customer focus, we can start our Monday morning with customer insight session or customer success stories, because we know that this aligns with what people are motivated by, and that will, wake up people straight away. They'll align with their motivations, so then we will get the best out of the team by creating simple routines that align with customer focus. Okay, so now let me show you the breakdown of that team engagement score, which you can download from here. So again, we integrate with your email, so you get it on your email as well. And this is how the breakdown looks like. So the first thing I want to point out is that it's only a one-pager. We know that everyone's super busy, and if you give anyone anything longer than 1 page, they will struggle to find time to read it. So this is only 1 pager. The idea behind it is that you spend 5 minutes of your time on this on Monday morning, and then you know your people priorities. And if you execute on your actions, you make sure everyone is at their best. So quickly at the top, you have your most important scores, how happy the team is, how strong the top motivator is, and what's your team leader rating. So in practice, if, for example, you have a very intense and stressful project, this can help you how it impacted, for example, people's happiness. Then the most exciting thing, the most interesting thing for me is this bit in here, which is your action plan on who you need to speak with and what you need to discuss. I won't go through each one of them because we don't have time, but let's pick, for example, Johnny's case. So Johnny has been listed in here, and all it says is that autonomy would increase the engagement. Try minimizing rules around their projects. So that's a very simple action for you. And let's, Johnny could be your remote employee. Johnny could be your new employee. And often when you have your new employees or remote employees, you don't really know what's happening on their end because they're sort of separate or new to the company. With your Flock, we can quickly help you identify what exact support they need, so you can quickly implement it and that would unlock their potential and play to their strengths. We know that effectively Johnny's motivated by autonomy. So if you micromanage Johnny next week, he will become demotivated. However, if you minimize the rules around the projects, just share their objectives, Johnny will become more motivated over the next week. Very simple action for you as the team leader, but because it aligns with Johnny, it can have a huge impact. So we give those very quick action points for each member of your team whenever they need one. And that, we know that if you just do those simple actions, we can raise your employee retention and engagement, within the first 6 months. And then the last bit I wanted to show you is this bit in here, which is success stories, all the feedback, all the praise, all the recognition. If you're a busy manager, often you might not pick up some of the great things that your team did. We can help you capture it in here and give you ammunition for praise. So in our case, for example, as the team leader, I would recognize the team for a great job they did with Hatch onboarding. Or I would recognize Larissa for doing a great job on setting up our YouTube channel. A very simple action for me, but there's a ton of research saying that if you give people praise, it can actually have a positive impact on employee productivity. So that's the way that we provide you with ammunition to make sure you provide as much praise as you can. And that's really the report. That's the one-page report. You use it very quickly, and then you have really impactful results on the back of it. So I'm not going to show you any more of the platform. I know that you're probably super busy. It's just before Easter. So just to finish off, if you'd like to find out more, feel free to reach out to us. We would love to sign you up on a free trial so you can actually see how it works for yourself. I hope you found it useful. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, if you'd like to find out more, feel free to get in touch. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the day.